Down the Road is a song that Troy Cassar-Daley sent to me. I don't know how much he had written. He probably had written the chorus. Usually when, I've done a fair bit of writing with Troy, both in the same room and remotely. And usually when Troy turns up with a song, there's a lot of song written. Sometimes my input has been minimal. Sometimes, as in Down the Road, he might have had a chorus and I come up with all the verses and sort of I knew where it was headed musically straight away, both with the subject matter and the few chords and the chords that he had sketched out, that this is a gospel song and it's this kind of song. And I thought, well, up until when I was 20, I was in church every Sunday, so I know exactly how this works. I can do this kind of thing. And so I enjoyed writing it a lot. I didn't hold back with I thought, am I going to sort of do the usual thing and try and, iron this out and make it secular? No, fuck it, I'm putting Jesus in there. And so that's what I did. And I wondered how, Troy and I have never really discussed many things, but not spiritual matters. So I didn't. I did cross my mind: is Troy going to iron the Christianity out of this? But he didn't. He went the same thing. Yep, Jesus is in there. So, and did it that way. And then, of course, I thought, well, Troy comes from Grafton like I do, and he probably went to some of the. He didn't go to the same churches, but he probably went to some churches too in his time, given what I know about, growing up there. And but the recording that he did, I think, is extraordinary. This was produced by an old mate of mine called Buzz Bistrop, who used to play drums for the Angels, but has done many things since. And it was on a Jimmy Little project. Now, Jimmy Little, there's a man with some church in him, and extraordinary singer from an older generation who was rediscovered by some people of our generation and started making records again, I think in the 90s. And he had done one song of mine, This Is the Truth, on those projects. So Troy found himself doing Down the Road as a duet with Jimmy Little. And there's not many people can sing like those two guys. In particular, Jimmy Little is he's gone now, and that's a lost voice. This song would have been perfect for him from the beginning, because his big hit in the 60s was Telephone to Jesus, Oh What Joy Divine. Am I right?
Royal Telephone.
The Royal Telephone. I can talk to Jesus on the Royal Telephone line. So Down the Road was a perfect lyric, I thought, in retrospect, for Jimmy, from what I knew about him, and perfect for Troy, because he was a co-writer and he had initiated the song in the first place. The song that the version that they recorded is it's a piece of work. It's probably my favourite recording of a song that I have written, as a piece of recording and singing and the way it goes. From what I hear from Buzz, it's pretty much one take between those two guys, and it's exquisite, the singing. And just when you think Troy has to be, you know, close to the best singer in the land, you know, along with Jim and Ian, Jimmy Little swings in, and it's on another level altogether. His singing, it's just so effortless, and it sounds as if his voice is breathing from somewhere in another dimension.
I was standing at the end of every wicked way I knew, in a place so bad I couldn't see, and I broke down and cried, saying, what else can I do when I'm walking down the road He made for me?
Down the road He made for me, where the sun and the moon and the neon do not shine. There's a way every sorry soul can see, and it'll lead you home to Jesus on a clear and golden line. And I'm walking down the road He made for me.
Down the road He made for me. Down the road, down the road, down the road is where I'll be. Down the road, down the road He made for me. When I think I've got troubles, how bad could my troubles be? When I'm walking down the road He made for me.
Down the road He made for me,
And I know in the beginning and at the end of every day I'll be walking with the one who set me free.
with the one who set me free.
He's the one, He's the one, and He'll be lighting up my way. And I'll be walking down the road He made for me.
Down the road He made for me.
Down the road, down the road, down the road is where I'll be. Down the road, down the road He made for me.
Down the road He made for me.
When I think I've got troubles, how bad could my troubles be? When I'm walking down the road He made for me.
Down the road He made for me.
When I think I've got troubles, how bad could my troubles be? When I'm walking down the road He made for me, for me.
That's beautiful.
Felt good in here. Seems like we've been singing it for years.
I know.